guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It is Victor once again. It's another day and we have another scholarship. If you're joining us for the first time, thanks for coming. Where have you been? There are several videos on this channel already on fully funded scholarships from around the world. So look around, I'm sure you'll find something that catches your interest. And if you're a returning viewer, a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back and I hope you get a scholarship sooner than later. So today we'll be talking about the very big one, the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship. Emphasis on the shared. There are different types of Commonwealth scholarships, and today we're looking at the shared scholarship. So you might ask, why is it shared? It's shared between the Commonwealth group and the participating universities. So what you just have to do is apply to Commonwealth and apply to one of the participating universities. You do not need to go through any Ministry of Education in your home country. You do not need to go through any other process. The other Commonwealth Master Scholarship, there you might need to go through either the Ministry of Education of your country or go through an NGO. This one, you do not need any nomination body. Like the former one we talked about, I think that was like a month ago. So this is a bit more straightforward. And as you can see from the intro of my video, several people on this channel have won the scholarship. So it means for the past 2-3 years, the majority of the awardees of these scholarships have actually come from this channel. So you hardly find a Commonwealth scholar in the UK that doesn't know about Victor Agboga's channel. So that's like a thing of pride and a thing of delight to me, because I've been able to contribute to a number of success stories. And let's add to the number, right? Let's add to the number of Commonwealth shared scholars in the UK coming from all over the world. So how do you apply for this? There is already a video on this channel on how to answer the scholarship questions. So fortunately, the scholarship would ask you a number of questions, and the questions have not changed since like 3 years ago. So I still have the video here. If you go to the home page, just scroll down. There is a tab called the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship. Now we have over 100. This was like in 2021. Now we're in 2023. We've had over 100, even going to 200 Commonwealth scholars from this channel. So these two videos, part 1 and part 2, gives details with examples on how to answer the Commonwealth shared questions. So just sit down, relax, watch the videos and step by step go through the different essay questions. I think there are about 12 of them, so they're quite lengthy, and the deadline, as we would see subsequently, is not so far away. It's less than a month away, so you need to start working as soon as you can. So make out time and start working, and it's a competition, so they're looking for the very competitive, determined applicants. So how do you apply for this? I've said it already. You apply to this application portal here, open an account, but you also need to apply to one of the eligible courses as well. So it's a two-way application process. So I'm saying this very clearly so there's no confusion. In the past, a number of people have made this mistake, either applied only to the portal and forgot to apply to one of the eligible courses, or applied for one of the eligible courses and forgot to apply on the portal, and then of course they missed out. So do not be one of those who made that mistake. Apply here before the deadline, then apply to the university page as well. For the university page or the eligible universities, they might be more flexible with the deadline. You do not need to submit your application by the 14th of December that is written here. Different universities might have their own application deadline, but it's often not as early as the 14th of December. So this deadline is for the scholarship portal, and the eligible courses or the approved courses might have their own different deadlines, which is usually much later, except you're applying to universities with very early deadlines like Oxbridge, for instance, and that's Oxford and Cambridge, or even the schools like LSE as well. Sometimes they have like an early deadline for a very competitive course. So check for the individual deadline of the approved courses. So let's look at the approved courses together. So when I say approved courses, it means not every course is eligible for this scholarship. So you see there are about 4 or 5 different tabs here. These are the major themes, and under each theme you have like different courses. You can see these courses and universities are changing. depending on the theme that I choose. So the first theme here is access, inclusion, and opportunity. Sorry, I have a bit of a cold. Probably you've sensed that already from my voice. So the first one is access, inclusion, and opportunity. So these are the courses under this theme. You can see them here. There's something about promoting innovation, entrepreneurship. So these are the courses. So if your course is not among these, unfortunately, it is not eligible. So what you do now is look for the course that closely aligned to your area of interest. So you can see there are several courses here, and at least one of them should align with your area of interest. So look at the very long list for the different themes. Each theme will have like about 20 different courses, and there are about 6 themes here. So over 100 different courses. I think at least one should be close to your area of interest. And by the way, you can apply for as many courses as possible. So it means you can apply for this course here at Oxford Brooks, MSc Primate Conservation. You can also go and apply for this one here, MSc Sustainability at Aberdeen. You can also go to Derby and apply for this MBA Global. But just ensure that you change the name of the university in each application. You change the name of the course you intend to apply for. So you do not submit the wrong application to the wrong university, if that makes sense. But you can apply to as many universities on this list as possible, or as you qualify for. And you might even receive multiple nominations for the scholarship. But you just have to accept only one. You can accept only one of those nominations. So apply for multiple universities. I know a friend who applied for 10 to 10 universities, 10 courses, got 3 nominations, got 2 waitlists, and finally selected one at King's College, London. So you might just want to do the same, apply to as many courses as possible, and at least one will just, have mercy on you and give you the scholarship finally. So, who is eligible for the scholarship? You can, of course, read other information about the documents you need to submit and things like that. Those are like general information. Let's go to the ones that are not very intuitive. So, who is eligible for this scholarship? You should be a member of the Commonwealth countries, one of the Commonwealth countries. I think the list is already written here. So, this is the list, very lengthy list. Then you should have a 2-1, that's a second class upper, or a second class lower with a master's, a second class lower plus a master's, or just a first class degree. If you have a first class, that's good, or a second class upper, which is sufficient. But if you have a second class lower, then you will need a master's. And you've not studied before in the UK or in any other high income country, you are unable to sponsor yourself to the UK, so you do not have enough money to like pay for your fees, your accommodation, and your living expenses on your own. And then you have all the documentation to show, for instance, show your qualification, like you have an international what they call it, international ID or something as well, to show your citizenship. So all those things might be necessary as well. The information about selection processes and other things you might need to know. But let's look at the finance. Let's look at money. What do you get? So it's fully funded. You get your flight tickets, your visas covered. So everything is covered by the Commonwealth Commission. They pay for your tickets, pay for your visas, everything covered. And then they pay for your full tuition as well. Your full tuition is covered. You wouldn't have to pay any tuition. Apart from that, you're also covered fully for your living cost, and it depends on which city your university is based. If you are based outside London, you get £1,347. If you're based in London, you get 1,652. That's a lot of money, I must say, per month. You get all this per month to cover your living expenses, that's your accommodation, your feeding, and the rest. So that's good. Then you also get warm clothing allowance. You get allowance towards your tuition, like your dissertation and things like that. You get allowance towards maybe you're doing like a field work for your study. They also cover that. You get the cost of your tuberculosis test covered because you need this test while applying for a visa. The US, not US now, but the UK government rather, would require you to take a tuberculosis test before you come for the visa interview. So they would pay for that as well. They also pay for children. So child allowance, they also pay. You can see the amount here as well. So just check on your own. It's a fully funded scholarship. It's a very juicy opportunity that I think it's a life-changing opportunity. Get this, you're set for life. So do not fumble the bag. Work very hard. As I said, there are certain questions you need to answer. There are certain essay questions. There are about 12 of them. For a number of people, it might be overwhelming. But as I said, I've made a video already, actually 3 years ago, that has won numerous scholarships already for several people. So just access those videos and you will be fine. And then they may ask questions about things like publication and prizes. If you do not have publications, do not worry, it is not a deal breaker. I know several people who got the scholarship without having publications. You might have prizes like departmental prizes and things like that. You can always add them there. Work experience is not necessary. However, it would help you write a very good essay. So, because they will ask you for things like your leadership experience. So, if you do not have work experience, you might struggle a little bit. But you can always talk about your volunteer experience, your outreach, and the initiatives that you've taken as an individual or as part of a group. So, those might make up for your lack of long industry experience. I know a number of people who got the scholarship immediately they finished um, their degree. So they've not like probably worked for a long time in the field, but because of the experience they had as undergraduate students, probably in the student union, probably in volunteer jobs, probably in internships, they were able to put these opportunities together or these experiences together to form like a work experience or to show leadership or to show initiative, and it was good enough for them to get the scholarship. So it might just be you as well. So do not worry if you do not have like a lengthy work experience. And the Commonwealth scholarship is better in this sense as compared to the Chevening scholarship. The Chevening scholarship would require 2 years work experience, but this doesn't require 2 years work experience. You can leave the university today, and by this time next year, you're already on your way to the UK, already studying in the UK through the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship. So I hope this was useful, guys. Remember the video I talked about? I'll probably leave a link to this playlist here so you can get access to the video. And as usual, we cannot wait to celebrate you. Several people have won the scholarship already, so your story wouldn't be different. We are pros on this channel when it comes to the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship. I think we should just change our name to the Commonwealth Shared YouTube channel, because there's hardly any other channel out there with so many nominees for this scholarship. Just check my Twitter handle, check my LinkedIn handle. You see several people almost every day saying, "Hey, by the way, I watched your video and I got a scholarship, this Commonwealth scholarship, through your tutorials." So if you're watching this by this time next year, I think you're already in the UK. All other things being equal, it's going to be competitive. It's not magic. You have to put in the work, but we have the resources to help at the end of the day. That's the point I'm trying to make. These videos are loaded and they will just help you answer those questions. There is part one and there's part two because it's quite lengthy. 12 questions. Part one will deal with about 5, 6 of them, and part two will deal with the rest. And that's it, guys. I hope this was useful. The Commonwealth Scholarship is a fully funded master's in the UK, and as we've seen together, it covers everything from tuition to travel costs to even child allowance. So take advantage of this, and I'll see you at the top sooner than later. Leave your questions in the description box. Bye bye for now.